Where are these celebrities? Why are they not commenting about the extremist, terrorist groups that are growing a threat to this country? And of course, I'm talking about the unvaccinated. Well, welcome to the Tyler Fisher Show. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not a terrorist like me. This is now a terrorist organization here at the Tyler Fisher Show. Have you heard? Have you heard? I can't tell a lie. I'm a terrorist. This is the new world order. Effective today, all peoples who are showing resistance to wearing masks, though there is still no proof that they are effective. Those who do not want to be vaccinated for their own personal medical choices. Perhaps it's because you're a black person and you're afraid from the history of vaccines being tested on your people. Perhaps you had COVID and thus have immunity. Perhaps you do not like being jabbed with a needle because you have the fear of needles, which is called tyrannophobia or some shit like that. Effective today, you will be considered a terrorist threat to the country of United States of America. That's no joke, bro. I'm not even kidding around. Do you see that? The whoever the people that determine the threats of the country have determined that. And here this was the order. This was the order. It wasn't the Taliban or maybe the resurgence of ISIS. First, it was resistance to COVID protocol, number one on the terrorist threat. Number two, people who don't think the election was authentic. And then it was like the anniversary of 9/11 and, religious holidays. Let that sink in for a moment. The Taliban has just taken almost full control of Afghanistan. They will start plotting terrorist attacks immediately. It's going to happen a lot sooner than they thought it would. They said it could take a year or two, and now they're saying, the military is saying this could happen way, way sooner. But the biggest threat to people who don't want to wear a mask at a restaurant when they're standing next to someone sitting down without a mask on, eating and talking. So, watch the show at your own risk, because you're looking at a fucking Tyler terrorist. But welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me. Always good to see you. I can see you. Oh, I can see you. I can see it through my camera. I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at you. Oh, you're not wearing a mask, you little terrorist. It's so good to be here. I am, this is my first week with the new iMac, with the new me. I'm going to pull up a picture right here to just show you what we're working with now. This is the biggest purchase I've made possibly in my life, actually. So there you go. On the left, there's my 13-inch MacBook Pro that I've been working with for 6 years. Slow as an old whore. And then this on the right, 27-inch iMac. It's going to be my battle station, because I am a terrorist organization now. You got to have a good computer if you're going to be a terrorist. So excited. I'm going with the desktop. I'm nervous, I'm going against the popular trend that it's all got to be laptops, but I thought it'd be nice to have something that I can't bring in bed with me and spill spaghetti sauce and bodily fluids on and whatnot. So there it is. And again, this anyone on Patreon who's helped contribute, this is where it's going. It's all going. You can't see right now, but I got quite a setup here. I got the laptop here with my audio program. Got the mic. We got a preamp here. We got pen, books. I got my new computer monitor with everything on it. 2 lights, green screen, mug, mouse. This is quite a production here at Tyler's Terror Incorporated. But so excited for that, and it really what I would say is if you do any kind of work, whatever it is, you want to be excited to sit down at your station. That's what I'm learning. It's not like, hey, be a good comedian, be a good writer. It's get excited to write. That's what you're going to spend the most, whatever you do, the most time you spend, whatever that event is that you spend the most time on doing, whether it be spreadsheets or this or that, make yourself look at that. I mean, it's a nice place to sit. I'm excited to sit there. I'm excited to write. So make a nice little space for yourself. Treat yourself. So that's patreon.com/Tyler Talks. And now that I am a terrorist, I most likely will not be doing stand-up for a long time in New York City. And that, that's something I'm just got to take responsibility for. If this is the choice I'm going to make. But hey, the good news, this is good for you guys, believe it or not, because that just means I'm going to be making more comedy, doing more podcasts. I think I'm okay with that. I did a little journaling about it. It was hard to think, okay, I just got in at some comedy clubs, starting to get my my gears grinding there, and now the clubs are emailing and saying, I need proof of your vaccine, send me a picture, or you won't be performing here anymore. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel negative emotion, and I'm high in negative emotion. I'm a very Woody Allen-like, high anxiety, high negative emotion. So that was a good sign. I go, oh, checking in with my body, going, all right, maybe this is actually maybe this is best for me right now, is to spend more time on this stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm spending 5 hours a night door to door, taking subways, going to the shows, waiting around. And I love stand-up. I'm not going to stop doing stand-up. I'm still going to try to film my special. In fact, there is one comedy club in Brooklyn, and the owner is not for these mandates. He's similar to me. You get the vaccine if you want it, if you don't want it. So I think I might be able to strike a deal with this gentleman and do my next hour special, hopefully, in the fall. But I also might try to do it sooner than planned in case there are more lockdowns, which there probably are going to be, based on the incredible fear-mongering going on right now. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. There's a lot going on. God damn it. And hey, Cuomo's gone. He's going. Cuomo's going. Had a good run. Did his best. Got his hands to the ground. Got his hands to your hips. Hands on the butt. Did what he could. So Governor Cuomo resigned, I'm sure you've heard, because of the allegations. Not because he lied about how many old people died, which has been proven. Suddenly that just was like, I go, oh, he's gonna get fired, or he's gonna be impeached because his main assistant admitted that she lied about how many people died and that he put people in the nursing homes knowing they had COVID. The story virtually disappeared, at least with the left-wing media. Unbelievable. Of course, you should be fired for sexually assaulting or sexually abusing people, but you should definitely be fired for being responsible for thousands of deaths, right? Am I crazy? Or is that how soft we're getting on criminals? It's all backwards, Jerry. It's all backwards. So he's gone, or he's going, and he showed a slideshow. This was one of the most bizarre tactics I've certainly ever seen. However, I know a lot of narcissists. This is the work of a narcissist to not apologize and then go, hey, I touch everybody. I touch everybody. So, and I've been touching everyone like this forever. What? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to show a little clip here. So this is Cuomo basically saying it's okay because I've been touching people like this my whole life. Here we go. I want you to know directly from me that I never touched anyone inappropriately, except for all the times in these photos here. I have been making people uncomfortable in public all my life. I actually learned it from my mother. She's about to put her tongue in my mouth. And from my father, here he is picking my nose. Indeed, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of photos of me being creepy. I do it with everyone. Black people, brown people, purple people, tall people, tiny kids, old people. They all get boners. He's got a boner. She's got a boner. I call him Billy Boner. Famous people, pudgy people, teeny weeny incy people. Big folks, little folks, fat folks, skinny folks. Even gay men that are hung, they all like some Cuomo tongue. But on the upside, this whole scandal has distracted from the fact that I killed a ton of old people. I can't wait for him to just announce his new career path because he's such a narcissist and so oblivious to the fact that who cares? You don't touch people like that anymore. I'd say we've had about 10 years to phase out of like grabbing people and kissing them on the mouth and kissing them. I had a commercial. I had an agent, female, woman. She was I don't know, probably in her 60s or something. When I'd come into the office, she would grab me and try to kiss me on the lips. I'm not kidding. It was disgusting. And I would like fight her to get me on the cheek. And I was always afraid to speak up because she was a person of power. But it was gross, and I felt gross every time I went there, and every time I left. It was disgusting. I'd go and pick up my check, and she'd be like, "Come give mommy a kiss," and she'd grab my face, and I would I would let her know I didn't like it, and I'm going like, she's reading my body language, but she would still try to do it. So what I'm saying is, this guy's a fucking creep, regardless, and I'm just imagining him announcing his new career path, just going like, "So look, I love being your governor. I'm the love gov. And I'm going to miss all the Cuomo sexuals. I will be beginning my new career path immediately, following the dreams I've always had, and I will become a masseuse at an all-girls college in Syracuse. I will also be working part-time as a gynecologist for a high school swim team. I have the hands for the job, so I will be starting those new career paths, and I look forward to touching people both physically and emotionally. And I will keep a photo record of all of this, so in case I get Me Too'd, or I would call it Me 3'd because it's the third time it's happened, I will be able to show a slideshow of such touching. So we're going to miss him. He will be missed. Please, let's get rid of de Blasio. Please, please, please. Good God. Good God, man. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen in New York with all of this. I saw a teenager get denied access to a cafe. Now, that was the first time I actually saw this go down in real time, because this cafe I went to had implemented the no vax, no ax, no vax, no access, no vax, no ax policy. And I was getting a coffee, and she was getting a coffee, and she goes to, I think she wanted to go do her schoolwork or something, I assume, in the cafe. So she starts walking into the cafe, and they go, up, wait, do you have proof of vaccine? And she was like, no, I don't. And they're like, well, then you got to get out of here. You can sit outside if you want. She's like, okay. She was humiliated. This poor girl was humiliated. I don't know how old she was. She was maybe 15, maybe 16. Higher chance of dying from being struck by lightning if you're young than COVID. So why not keep her in when it rains or thunderstorms, if that's your logic you're going by. But this poor girl, man, and this happened publicly, and I go, oh, there's another element to this I didn't really think about, which is the public humiliation element of it. You know, and this guy kind of had this barista, which, not surprising for a barista in New York City, had a bit of a pretentious air to him, believe it or not, which is a pretty popular trait amongst the barista class in New York. It is a prerequisite that you have to act like you really do not want to be getting coffee for someone. If you can prove that, we'll consider you as a barista. My barista won't look me in the eyes. What up? I thought, okay, maybe he's angry. Maybe he's just an angry guy, you know, socially awkward. Just seems so mad when I walk in. Just like he does. I could hear it. Like, I gotta fucking help this fucking QAnon piece of shit. Another fucking terrorist in my cafe. And the other day I walk in and he's chatting it up with this chatty Cathy. And he's going, oh my God, yes, I can't wait to hear about that. Oh my God, yes, yeah, we'll catch up next time. Okay. And then I walk up and he goes, what can I get you? And I was like, oh, you are just a dickhead. So I'm not going to go there anymore. I'm not going there anymore. And I'm friends with the owner. And I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her what's going on. Hey, get your baristas in line here. You know, and I give him a good tip. I tip him $1 on a $3 coffee. What is that? 33? What is that? Fucking the 33% tip? Pretty good. Pretty good. But I will not be going there any longer. Yes, I will. They've got the best beans in town. Who am I kidding? They got the beans. They got the beans. They've got the beans. So this guy, you could tell when he turned down this teen, he had like there was like a little twinkle in his eye. Because it's, you know, people like power. People like power. When you're powerful, you feel safe. You feel protected. You know, it's all a survival thing. So this poor girl goes outside and you know, I just felt bad for her. I felt bad for her. And this is going to happen a lot. And there's going to be groups of people going out, and one person's not going to have the vaccine. And they're going to have to go home. And you're going to have there's going to be a lot of problems with this that will just start to naturally occur. One is, you know, what if your phone dies? How many times have you left the house going, oh shit, I'm on 9% and I don't have a charger? Maybe it's just me. My phone's dying all the gosh darn time. So if you, my legs are dangling right now. I sit Indian style to try to like get a little, you know, a little perk in my, you know, in my stance here. And now my legs are dangling. So I'm sitting on 3 pillows. Anyways, I digress. You're going to have people who their phones are dead, or they forgot their phone in the car, or they don't have the app, or the app free. Like, there's nothing. That's why I don't think we could ever really get rid of credit cards, because for all of those reasons, right? You to have a physical copy, a physical thing that you have that doesn't rely on technology, because technology breaks down all the time. I don't think we can move to like full cashless payments, because this could break down on so many different levels. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Will people revolt? Will people protest? Will people riot? I mean, we've never had this before. Like full-on denial access based on your medical status. We've never had it. And I look, I respect whatever your views are on this. You know, I think it's roughly 50% of the country wants this and 50 doesn't. I don't think that's enough to go through with it. It doesn't have to be over. The majority of the country would want something to implement it. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. And, you know, I probably won't be at these clubs, and that's okay. And I'll do more on the internet. That's what I need to be doing anyways. I need to be spending more time making content, working on the podcast, growing the old, you know, the old comedy community. You guys are part of my community, and I like that better anyways. I think this is what I like to do. I don't want to say more than stand up, but I think I like it just as much. I love being able to talk and not having people, holy fuck. Oh, I should have pulled up the clip. Maybe I'll try to maybe put it on Patreon. But man, I had a hell of a show the other day. This girl in the front, the three girls in the front were talking the whole time. She gets thrown out of the club, then negotiates her behavior to get back in, and then she's back in the show. She's talking the whole time. She's yelling at me. I didn't get a joke out. I mean, like, this is what I mean. This was a 5 hour to the show, hour back, 3 hours there. 5 hours for $45 I got paid to host the show. $45 for 5 hours. Subway didn't run at the end of the night, so I spent $43 on an Uber. Okay, so I made $2 minus the money I spent on McDonald's because I was so fucking hungry. I made $2 to go to just fight off hecklers, to not really get any jokes out, to have comedians pissed off. There was a guy who was somewhat famous on the show who was miserable, and then he had fans that came to see him, and they came and yelled at me after because he was mad, and I was like, it's not my fucking responsibility. I don't give a shit if this guy's in a bad mood. I was up there killing it, doing my best, and I'm like, what am I doing? So, point being, I'd be fine just like being home in my studio for the winter, maybe doing a show a week at the comedy club that allows non-vax people to be there. And that's fine with me. That's fine. And then maybe I'll get to Florida. Maybe I'll get to Texas. Maybe this will force me to, fight. I got a little resistance about traveling right now and going and doing shows on the road. I don't know why. I guess part of it's, I would take my dog with me and stuff. And I'm thinking, how would that work out? I guess I could just bring him on stage with me. Either way, this is going to force some kind of shift in my life that I'm open to. Because at the end of the day, and even at the beginning and the middle of the day, if you feel confident in your decisions, if you feel like you're doing the right thing for you, if you feel like you've got your morals on track, then you can face anything. And that's how I feel right now. I'd be fine giving up these milestone markers of being at this club or that club or being on this TV show or this or that or the other. I think maybe I have to just let go of that. Maybe this will be like the real nail in the coffin to really double, triple, quadruple down on my own business, which is what I want to do. So, again, Tyler's Terror, Inc. Please invest. Please join me on this journey. And then I can. Now I'm dreaming here a little bit, but I can tour and go do shows and do heck, I don't know, live podcasts or hour shows around the country and meet you guys and all that stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to see the positive of this. I'm confident in my choice to not have the vaccine yet. Again, I'm not going to say I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it yet. I certainly don't see justification based on the risk of the Delta variant and the Lambda and the Larnda and the Flarmda and the Flarda and all the variants that are going to be coming our way, which people love to fearmonger. Now, let's talk about Afghanistan. Why not? Because there's... it's like COVID, Afghanistan... is there anything else? Like, is there literally anything else going on in the world that people give a shit about? So, Biden said a few weeks ago that it would not be a repeat of Saigon. And Saigon is when we had to send helicopters to Saigon to rescue people from the U.S. Embassy. There's famous pictures of the helicopters flying over the embassy, and it's the cover of Miss Saigon. Miss Saigon is a Broadway musical about that situation in Vietnam, in Saigon, in the fall of Saigon. So I thought, oh, ooh, here we go. We have an opportunity here. The little photo op. So I took the cover of Miss Saigon, and I thought, well, this could be a new musical, right? We had Saigon, and we have a repeat of it. Why not make another musical, but it would be based on Biden? So here we go. I created the cover for a musical that I'll be pitching, Miss Biden. Right there, Miss Biden. You know Miss Saigon, now Miss Biden. And there's Biden in the helicopter rescuing people from the old embassy, going, I wrote the damn bill. I wrote the damn bill. And allow me to be the first to say this bombed on the internet. No pun intended. Bombed on the internet. I thought, I don't think people, it was a little too much. Too much to expect of people to look at that and know that says Miss Biden. But anyways, I'm proud of that work. And it's on the internet if you want to see it bomb. But he said it wouldn't happen. Here we are. What a goddamn mess. How scary. I feel just so terrified for anybody. God, you see those images of people at the airport and people jumping on the planes. People jumping on the planes and falling off. I don't know if you saw that video. People quite literally jumped on these U.S. planes onto the wing, and then as the plane reached an altitude, they flew off, and you can see people flying off and dying, and a bunch of people got trampled and died. And I put a little tweet out that said, anyone that hates America, you should volunteer to switch places with someone who wants to escape Afghanistan right now. And I really feel that way. If you hate this country, not if you think it should change or improve, which I think we all agree that it should. If you hate this country, if you think this country is the worst country in the fucking world, which is how the media puts it, it's how politicians put it, it's how BLM puts it, then I think you should go there and switch places and volunteer and see how it feels in this oppressive patriarchal country that we call America. Let's see how it goes when you if you're a woman, show your nose to a Taliban member. Well, guess what happens? They, in the past, have been known to throw acid at your face. So somebody already, since the Taliban has taken over, was flogged to death, was beaten to death, a woman for showing too much of her face. Stoned to death. That's really toxic masculinity. Not how they portray it in America, where if a guy tries to pull out a chair for a woman or hold the door for a woman, he's so toxic because women could do it. Yeah, okay. You can't even walk down the street without being in the presence of a man under the Taliban ruled Afghanistan. So go on over. Flights are available. It's hard to find a flight out of Afghanistan, but definitely easy to find a flight into Afghanistan right now. Tickets are, let's look at Expedia. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, they'll actually pay you $300 to go. So there you go. You get a little voucher. You've got some spending money to buy whatever food you're gonna need, because you'll be living in your forced arranged marriage husband's basement, not able to read or do anything. So I know we got work to do here, but holy fuck, was this eye-opening to see that footage. Holy cow. It's where it can, it could, get out there eventually if we don't do this properly. And people are calling for celebrities. Why aren't the celebrities calling them out? Why aren't the celebrities calling out what's going on here? They did it for Israel. Where are the celebrities? They should. We should get those really powerful virtue signaling celebrity Instagram videos. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that? I love Jennifer Aniston's opinion on this. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? These people who are protected in their fucking compounds in LA with their own private security. I'd love to hear their opinion on how this should all be handled. How should it be handled? Owen Wilson should have a video out by tomorrow. I mean, what are you guys doing? Taliban, look at me. No, look at me. You guys are crazy. Man, the Taliban's crazier than a road lizard. What are you guys doing? You got to get it together. You got to get it together, man. You got to let your women read. You got to let them walk around. You got to let them... Come on. I got one word to describe what's going on over there. Wow. Get it together. So I might make a little video tomorrow doing that as the celebrities. We'll see. Let's see if we could sneak that in tomorrow. It'll be fun, actually. It's probably a good idea. Those black and white videos. Oh, God. Fucking Aaron Paul. I'll never watch him again. Yo, I take responsibility. Yo, Mr. White, I take responsibility for all the women that I killed. Taliban, you're being a bitch. I might do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. We'll see what happens. So we're going to go to a quick ad right now. We're going to do a quick ad. We got a little ad read today. This ad is brought to you by Lane Rao, sales associate at Coldwell Banker Endeavor Realty in Anchorage, Alaska. Would like to assist you with your real estate needs. If you're thinking of selling your home, you probably have a lot of questions. What is my home worth? What are the best strategies to use to market my property? How long will it take for my home to sell? Do I even have a home? Or am I sleeping at my parents' place? Do I own it, or do I have to wait for the will to kick in? These are some of the questions that only can be answered by a real estate expert in your area. Let Lane Rao help you find a superior sales associate to assist you with your real estate needs anywhere in North America. Anywhere, baby. He's not yet working in Afghanistan, but maybe he will someday. Through the Cardis Referral Network, Lane has contacts to thousands of communities, and he can help you find an agent to meet your specific needs. This complimentary referral service is free of charge, just like this podcast, unless you join Patreon, for both sellers wanting to list their property and for buyers in search of the perfect home. I strive to one day. I certainly do, and I'll be calling Lane immediately. For real results in real estate matters, you can find Lane Rao, sales associate at Coldwell Banker Endeavor Realty at lanerao.com. That's LANERAU.com. One more time, that's lanerao.com. lanerau.com. Hit him up. Hit him up. He's a good guy. So speaking of ads, I saw some pretty disconcerting things around New York City that really bothered me. And let's just take a look here. Let's go to photo number 1. So this is an ad for OkCupid. This is a dating app. Look at this. Now, would you want your kids to see this? So their new OkCupid is a dating app. They have a new campaign for every single person, OkCupid. And of course now we have 10 fucking bazillion different identity groups. So do they list them all? They do a pretty good job of getting to a lot of the groups. So here we go. Every single anti-vaxxer. OkCupid's for every... Oh, not anti-vaxxer. That's funny. Yeah, they're not going to put that on there. Every single vaxxer, and you have 2 tongues connected. I mean, that's softcore pornography as far as I'm concerned. Every single tree hugger. Then we have a guy whose tree is a dick and someone's watering his tree dick. How fucking good for the kids. For every single cuddler. For every single person. How is this good? How is this? Is this going to help the Me Too movement? No, of course not. Because someone's going to see this and they're going to think, if I go on OkCupid and someone else has a vaccine, I could shove my tongue down their throat. If I like trees, I can ask some girl to water my dick. If I like to cuddle, I can go up and just grab my date without consent. I mean, this is really I know I sound like a 90-year-old talking here, but I'm very, very upset with these ads. They're all over the subway. Again, that's softcore pornography. Let's look at the next one. DTF, which we all know means down to fuck. Down to fuck. With a woman holding another woman, grabbing her ass, and then her hand is like grazing her top tip. Right? There's a top tip, side tip, top tip. Dating deserves better. I mean, it's just not a good message for the kids. Not a good message. This has got to be my favorite one. This has got to be my favorite one. Every single pansexual. Don't even fucking know what that means. Every single non-monogamist. That's someone who does not want a committed relationship. And here you have a woman and a maybe questioning gender somebody making out on top of a woman who's passed out. Are you kidding me? Hey kids, if you join OkCupid, you can make out with a bitch on top of someone who's passed out. Did we roofie them? Who knows? Who knows? How is this allowed on the subway? Now you got to think, if a kid sees this, on so many levels, this is going to be confusing. Because most people, the vast majority of people, are men who identify as men who are attracted to women. And then you have women who identify as women who are attracted to men. That's most people. I'm not saying we deny anyone else who has any other identities or feels another way, but it's still the majority of people. So if you're a kid who sees this, it's going to confuse the shit out of you. It just is. It happened to me. It happened to me growing up around gay men all the time and seeing drag queens and cross-dressers and feeling pressured to be part of that community and wanting to be something that I'm not. It's going to confuse the old kiddaroos. So there's that. I don't even know what to say about it. But I feel like we're in this game show right now called How Soon Can We Get Everyone to Move the Fuck Out of New York City? Which brings me to exhibit number 3. Take a look at this fucking puppy right here. I'm walking down the subway. I'm in the West Village, and the West Village is I don't know. There's definitely a lot of, there's the most gay bars. It'd be called like Little Italy. This would be little gay town, whatever you want to say. Love the West Village. My favorite neighborhood. My favorite neighborhood in New York. And I'm straight, and I don't give a shit that there's gay people walking around. I don't care, and they probably don't care that I'm walking around. We're all just existing together and respecting each other's choices. And then I come across this campaign for Folks Healthcare. Folks Healthcare. And here's this ad. It'd be great if they paid me for these, by the way. More views they're going to get on their Instagram page. I looked it out. Not doing so good. Okay, here we go. You're not a straight old cis man. Your health care shouldn't be either. Huh? You're not a straight old white cis man. Your health care shouldn't be. First of all, it doesn't even make sense. No one's health care is a straight old white cis man. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking. Are they saying that most people's health care is owned by an old straight? Well, I don't know. But just on the face of it, it doesn't make sense. But let's break it down a little bit. You're not a straight old white cis man. Your health care shouldn't be either. So let's call a spade a spade. This is a racist, ageist, sexist ad. I'll say it again for those in the back. This is a racist, ageist, sexist ad that is printed all over the goddamn subway. Why is this okay? And is this helping? Is this helping anyone? I don't think that it is. Because even I got mad when I saw that. I was offended. Because I'm two out of three of those things. I'm straight and I'm white. And I'm cis, I guess. I guess I'm cis. I'm a cis. So if I'm offended by this, and I was someone raised in the gay community, how would someone who's not quite as tolerant as me feel about this? Let's say an old, straight, white, cis male who's maybe on the fence, you know? Maybe he's 80, was raised in a different time. Heck, even if he's 40, heck, even if he's 30, even if he's my age, gay marriage wasn't allowed when I was growing up, even supported by our wonderful President Obama. So let's say this guy's on the fence. Let's say, okay, his grandson came out as gay, and he's like, okay, you know what? He's a good boy, and I like him, and I'm going to be a little more tolerant. Then he walks by this, and it's like, you're not a straight, old, white, cis male. Your health share couldn't be. You think he's going to walk out of that subway feeling more tolerant or less tolerant? Survey says less tolerant. Good answer. Good answer. So I just don't see how this shit is helping. It's everywhere. It's posted everywhere. And who says that? So this is queer and trans health. Who says a queer and a trans person isn't accept? It'd be one thing if we had, you know, ads out there being like, hey, Blue Cross healthcare, like only for straight people. But that's not what's happening. That's not close to what's happening. Nobody's discriminating. We're creating this idea that white people are going, nope, we don't want you if you're trans. I mean, for fuck's sake, I bet if you looked at the statistics on who's doing the surgeries for transitioning, it's probably mostly white surgeons or maybe Indian, not to be racist, but like, I'm just blown away by this. So anyways, I changed the ad and I posted it on Instagram. It said, you're not a queer, gender fluid bigot. Your healthcare shouldn't be either. And I put that up because I think that's what this is. This is, well, got to be careful because this, you know what's funny too is like this company could be owned by white people we don't know who are just virtue signaling, but it's creating division. I certainly didn't walk out to the West Village and more tolerant. I'll say that much. So anyways, guys, my point is this episode is brought to you by Folks Healthcare. We are a queer and trans health on your terms. They're not paying me for this ad, but they have offered to remove my penis and get me more acting work. So I'm in talks with them right now. They may be sponsoring every episode. Guys, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're feeling tolerant, and I hope you're not a straight old white cis man, because if you are, just fuck off already and get out of the West 4th Street subway and move over. Make way for everyone else. I'm Tyler Fisher. I don't know why I just said that. 40 minutes gone by. Like, who is he? When is he going to introduce himself? I'm Tyler Fisher, and thank you for watching The Tyler Fisher Show. If you'd like to support the show, patreon.com/TylerTalks. And hey, do something nice for yourselves. I love you. Have a great week. Be safe. And if you're heading over to Afghanistan, make sure you bring your mask. Be safe.